guys, Moxsy here with another spicy Borderlands 3 video. Today is going to be a little bit different. We'll be talking over gameplay. We're using a mic instead of a gaming headset, so hopefully the mic quality is better, the audio quality is better, and let me know if you can see the difference, if you like this style better, because we can change things. All gameplay today was captured from my live stream on True Vault Hunter Mode Mayhem 3. The build used was just to show off some skill interactions to the audience I would not recommend using. But today, we are going to be discussing the top 4 SMGs for Amara and why they're good on her. Once again, we'll be doing some in-depths on the synergies with these guns on her and talking about why Amara can use them better than any other character. Before we get started, though, just a few things I wanted to say. Number one, the Discord has been going great. Thank you so much to the people that are in it and that are contributing and helping others. We're having some great discussions, and if you're interested in something like that, make sure to join. Any players are welcome. You don't have to be playing Amara. If you need any help looking for trading or anything of that sort, you are welcome to join. Even you, FLAC players out there. Kidding, you're all welcome. Number 2, we did get our Moes to level 50, so hopefully we'll have some Moes videos and experimental builds on her, as well as a gun series. We also got our Amara to True Vault Hunter Mode Mayhem 3, which is really, really exciting because now we can test out different builds on Mayhem 3 with her, and hopefully we'll have a build out this weekend for True Vault Hunter Mode Mayhem 3. I was playing with the idea of not using Samsara just for an experimental build, and then we'll have a Samsara build. I know, don't panic. Samsara is still my favorite skill. And what else? I think that's it. So let's get into the video. So this time we are going to be actually starting from the bottom. When I say we start from the bottom, I know I messed that up last time, but it was funny. So we'll be doing this in order, starting from the bottom. But this time we're actually going to be ranking them because these SMGs have an order. We're going from worst to best. Not saying that number 4 is bad, but just out of all the SMGs I've tried on her, these made the top 4, and number 1 is an absolute beast, as you just saw in that beginning clip. So we'll be getting to that. So at number 4, we have the Hawkin. I hadn't tried this gun until I saw comments and people in my live stream telling me to try it out, and I've become a very big fan of this gun. It is a dual SMG that can switch between full auto and 4-round burst. The Hawkin is a reference to Stranger Things and has the unique legendary interaction where it will do cryo damage during the day and fire damage at night. From my time playing with the Hawkin, I recommend using it with Forceful Expression and Shock as our action skill element. This will allow us to get consistent damage across day or nighttime, and the Shock element will help us melt shielded enemies or armored enemies with shield and flesh enemies with shield, depending if we're doing cryo damage or fire damage. If you didn't know, cryo does more damage against armor. The Hawkin is a world drop. I've found that I kind of like using it in the 4-round burst mode, but that's just a personal preference. You can use either, it doesn't matter that much. And with that, let's move on to our number 3. The number 3 gun is the Fire Sale Long Musket Plus. This is one of the most entertaining guns to use, as you will actually be lighting just everyone on fire. It is a flamethrower SMG that always drops in the fire element and is a world drop. It was a tough decision between this and the Hawkin for number 3, but the Musket won because 1, it's a lot of fun to use, it's kind of hilarious, and no pun intended, it actually melts people. The Musket is great on Amara because the stats are a little deceiving on it. It will ignite everyone very, very quickly, allowing us to spread our wildfire, or spread our element using wildfire. The Musket can crit, which is crazy as a flamethrower, and when we're matching it with personal space, because it's a close range weapon, I recommend using personal space. This is going to give us bonus damage the closer we are to our enemy. It becomes a critting, melting, killing machine, and it's a lot of fun to use. It's also a TDR weapon and has the unique Tediore interaction, where that when you throw it, it turns into a flamethrower with legs that will chase down and burn your enemies, which is hilarious to watch. It's not as useful, but it's a great way to kill an enemy if you're looking for some late night entertainment. However, the one thing I've noticed with the musket is that it doesn't work with Amara's ricochet skill, Indiscriminate. Indiscriminate gives us a chance for our bullets to ricochet, and I believe that because the musket isn't firing bullets, it's a stream of fire, that the Indiscriminate skill does not work with it. So if you are putting points into that, I would recommend just looking that up. And then we're on to number 2. Number 2, as you've seen from my boss DPS build, is the Cutsman, and an amazing gun on Amara. One of the weapons that Amara can really use better than any other character, and we'll talk about that in a second. The Cutsman is a Maliwan SMG that can come in fire, shock, and corrosive. Right now, at the moment, I only have it in fire and shock, and I just picked up a shock anointed one, but we're not talking about anointed guns in this series. We're just talking about base legendary weapon performance, as any anointed weapon that drops with plus 300% damage is going to be better than anything else practically, except for if you get the wood blocker. I got a wood blocker with 300% increased damage, and that thing's still going in the trash. So the Cutsman is very cool because, one, its damage over time is crazy high. It's crazy high. And with that, if you would ignite any enemy with it, you're almost guaranteed to kill them with Amara's synergy in Anima and Tempest. And this also gives us a chance to talk about Amara's hidden synergy with Forceful Expression. The Forceful Expression augment, when you're matching elements as opposed to infusion, is actually going to increase your dot damage. So if your action skill element and the weapon you're using match and you're using Forceful Expression, your damage over time, or the bonus damage that you do with Forceful Expression, will be added to your dot, and not only will your bullets be hitting harder, but your damage over time will be hitting harder, which is super cool and can make the Cutsman even more into a beast. The Cutsman's biggest downfall, though, is its slow bullet velocity. Sometimes if an enemy moves 2 steps, you'll empty a whole clip, they'll move just a little bit, and the bullets are so slow that they won't reach the enemy, and you'll just end up missing. This can lead to some frustrating downs and some inconsistent boss kills, and with that, we lead into our number 1 gun, the Crossroad. The Crossroad is our number 1 SMG on Amara, and I would say a top 5 gun that all Amara players should have. The Crossroad, I just had one drop for me with the fire element yesterday, and it is insane. It's a 6-round burst Hyperion SMG that can drop in every element. I plan on getting one in every element because it's amazing. The biggest downfall with the Cutsman was its slow bullet velocity and charge time. You can fix the charge time with Amara's skill from rest. However, the Cutsman, you don't need that on, which makes it even better. Oh, sorry, the Crossroad. I get them confused sometime. The Crossroad, because of its super high fire rate, damage per second, it is an amazing mobbing machine and has become one of my favorite boss killers, as you'll see at the clip at the end of the video. The Crossroad is overall amazing and synergizes very well with Amara's indiscriminate and sustainment skills. It's reliable, you can have it in any element, and every Amara player should pick it up. So that is all for today's video. I apologize for not uploading yesterday, as I was trying to figure out what we were going to do today and how to edit this, and I'll leave you with this clip. Lastly, we'll be branching off to Mo's soon, and let me know which class or gun you want me to use, or sorry, which gun class you want me to cover in the next video. With that, have a good one, thank you, and goodbye.
I guess I kinda like that. For the first time you really got my back. Got your habits, I got them too. Just feel like maybe I could lose them with you.
a kill. That's a goddamn kill. Whew.